Hi FlossTube, this is Barb with Lost and Floss, video number 68 I believe, and coming to you late on, let's see, it's Monday night, December 20th, 2021, and I know we're going to go into 2021, which is the winter solstice, and kind of a day I always long for because I get so excited about the days starting to get longer. I mean, just a little psychological thing. But anyways, this is a channel primarily about cross stitch, and I just needed to get this out. It seems like there's always a late night Christmas edition. And so I thought, I was debating, almost ready to go to bed, and I thought, what the heck, I'll just jump on and do this, because I've been wanting to do it for quite a while. It's been probably over a month since my last video, and yeah, I haven't been stitching, well, I've stitched some, but doing a lot of finishing, and I have a couple that I'm really excited to show you. They were things that I had bought special to do a finish on, and then kind of reversed engineered, finding a chart that would kind of, make my finish come to life. So instead of picking the chart first, I found these objects. One's from a store, very, very much of a markdown end of year, and the other was a thrift find. So, yeah, I can't wait to show you. Along with that, I got so many nice comments on my retirement video. So, and also the video starring Lisa and her beautiful stitches. So if you haven't checked those out yet, you might want to see what that's all about. But I have some giveaway winners that I'd like to announce in this video. And then I really have only probably one whip to show you. No haul, and not too much rambling. Hopefully we'll just get this one knocked out and short and sweet so that you can get back to all your Christmas preparation and craziness, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever else you happen to be up to with winter. But anyways, I guess let's get to it, right? So well, first off, I would like to show a beautiful gift that Rebecca sent to me, and I can't not show this beautiful little pillow. Oops, stitched on the reverse side as well. I love it. It's so pretty, and she's too kind. So thank you again, Rebecca. We've had lots going on here. Trying to get ready for Christmas. A couple days out now. As I've mentioned, I don't bake, so haven't done any of that. I shouldn't say that, because I'm going to bake some desserts, but I don't bake cookies. But had our Stitch Zoom meeting, and before I mention it, the lights outside will go out fairly soon. I think we have them set till midnight. Yeah, and it's 11:54. So they'll be leaving us shortly. But yeah, I'm fully decorated, and later in the video I'll explain why that's a crazy feat in and of itself. So I think I'm going to insert a segment here listing off who the lucky recipients were of the 5 charts. Okay, I'll give you something cute to look at while I read off the names of the giveaway winners. You will have until the next video, which will be in January, to get me your addresses, and then if not claimed by then, we move on to speed round. So hope to hear from you, and please send me an email at lostinfloss2@gmail.com. That address is in the show notes, or send me a message on Instagram, private message, at lostinfloss2. So let's announce who the winners are. Robert Miller, which is actually Jan. And Jan, I might have your address, but just in case I don't, please send it to me again. Anyways, you are the lucky recipient of Frolic. Regina Danner will get the Thanksgiving pie chart. Linda Biggerstaff is going to receive 1853 chart, donated by Lisa. Rebecca Sewing, altogether, will get the welcome chart. And the final winner for the joy chart is Lorraine Bergstrom. So if you guys can please get me your addresses. I doubt that they'll get in the mail prior to Christmas, but I'll get those to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like what you see, and you come back and join me for more fun. The last video, retirement party, was kind of a different format, but it seems like it was well received. And I'm just curious if anybody tried any of the recipes. I was waiting to hear, and so far I haven't heard that anyone's tried them. But if you need something for Christmas quick, go back and look at it, because the 3 I shared were all really good ones. But the one whip I'm going to show is December Wordplay by With Thy Needle and Thread, or Brenda Gervais, and I have to get this done before the end of the year. So I know I will. I worked on this a little bit tonight again, and it's come along. So I'm, using some of the, as I have always done with these, I'm stitching on 32 count, but with 2 strands over 2. So even if I'm using the called for colors, a lot of times they are a bit more vibrant because of the 2 over 2 colors. And I guess the rest is going to be pretty much showing you some of the things that I've finished. Oh, let's talk about our, oh, I forgot. I got my hair cut today. So you know what that means. This was a very, very quick trip into Goodwill. But I got a couple things. For $1, I got this complete kit. Wool and Whimsy. This cute little snowman. But I'm going to do him not as a, I think I'll just do him as a pillow. But all the stuff to make them, so I didn't think I could go wrong for that. And then a nice piece of black velveteen. It's a nice big chunk. That was $2. And it's black, so I think I could use that a lot of different ways, so I couldn't pass that by. And then you guys know how, if you watch before, how I love these spring-loaded embroidery hoops. If I stitch in a hoop, this is what I use. And This one's gonna be a beast to get apart. I don't know why. Most of mine haven't been this tight, but maybe that's why it's at Goodwill. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. But oh, here. So it comes with the little cork inside piece, and then this piece has a spring. This one probably came from a stitcher who didn't do much stitching because it's pretty tight. So, but yeah, I'm always excited when I find one of those because you know, they're few and far between. I think nowadays you only see the plastic one. So I'm going to insert. Oh, I'm just looking at my outside lights went off, but the tree is bright enough. I think that we'll still be able to have a nice little chat here. Where was I? Oh yeah, Zoom Stitchy group. So we have a local group that, with all things being as they are, we're meeting via Zoom. I did not know that the Zoom did away with limiting the like the past number of, you know, since the pandemic, they did away with the time limitation for the free subscription, and so now it must be back to you have to pay in order to get unlimited time. So like every 40 minutes we had to all get back on again, and had I known that, I might have opted for something different, but we made the best of it, and it was so fun. Like, everyone participated, and we used the Elfster app, which worked really good. You could enter your address and, you know, any details you wanted in the app, and it randomly assigned you a person, and then everyone got their gifts to the person in advance of the meeting date, which was really good. I was quite impressed. Even the post office, I mean, it seemed like I only had the option of overnight, which kind of surprised me, but in hindsight, it was great because, you know, I had it done well in advance, and of course I got the one person in our group who is a model stitcher, Kathy. So I'm like, oh, nothing like a little pressure. So just some beautiful, beautiful things. So I will insert some pictures here so you can get an idea of just how much talent is in this group. I mean, and generosity too, like some beautiful, beautiful things. So first off, Lisa, who was had her stitching in 2 videos back, had my name, and she got me this cute mug. Baby, it's cold outside, and look at it. It looks like a sweater knit. And I was filling it the other day with coffee, and my husband, like, kidding me, is like, don't take the whole pot in there. And I'm like, really, it looks like a humongous mug, but I poured some into a regular cup and then poured it in just to demonstrate that. I think it's really thick-walled, maybe because of the cable knit, but I've been really enjoying having that. So thanks, Lisa. And then she stitched this beautiful strawberry for me. I think this is Christmas cactus. Look at this blackbird. Isn't that beautiful? And the top, the little lace top and the green leaves. It's gorgeous. I love it. So, and I will have this out year round. It's just so pretty. So, yeah, it was fun, and I was hoping that people weren't going to be cursing my name because of the time of year and everyone's busy, but people just, really seemed to enjoy it, and we all had a great time. And, we've commented that none of us really had Stitcher friends before. And probably, well, it was through Pam and Steph's, I don't know what they call it, like their match, Stitch Harmony, I guess it is. Lisa was the one who was looking for stitchy friends, and she got matched up with Roseanne, and then it morphed into Leanne and myself and some others, and before you know it, you had a nice group of stitchers. And we hope to meet in person again someday, but meeting online, I don't know that you could do it with any bigger size group. I think it might be difficult, especially for people who are more on the quiet side to participate evenly. But once we're back meeting in person, hopefully we won't have to worry about numbers or whatever. But yeah, I think, if the only advice I can give, use your social media platform to reach out if you're looking for a group in your area, or, be the person who starts one. You can, do it all virtually, and it's still like a lot of fun, and you get to know the people, and we really had a fun time. So, yeah, I hope they'll want to do it again, because I really, it was great. And the fact that, in a normal group, I had been thinking about stitching. I belong to a group of friends that we've had an ornament exchange probably for, I don't know, 30-some years now. And I was trying to get an ornament stitched for that. And then I was spending so many hours on it. And the one that I thought I was going to give away, I'm like, I never want to stitch this again. So I didn't want to give it to someone who wouldn't necessarily recognize the time that went into it. And so I ended up just going to the store and buying like a gift shop and buying a cute one. And then I'll show you the one that I just ended up keeping for myself. So, yeah, I guess let's go on to some whips, because that's what I'm really excited to show you. So, first off, I've finally finished November wordplay. And if you'll remember, I'm tying these onto a little wooden bench, which I don't have December's done, so I have a cute cross-stitch pattern chart finished, frame piece sitting on it right now. But I might put little snippets of my Christmas decorations at the end. I don't know if people are interested or not, but so here is the little ornament that I stitched. And I saw this on our friend Chris's who was in our local area, but has since moved back to her homeland. I saw it on her cross stitch, and I'm like, oh, can you tell me what that is? Because I just loved it. And it actually is a freebie, so I can put the link to the chart in the show notes in the drop down by the little triangle. But I just stitched this 1/2 on 36 count. I think it was vintage, a lakeside vintage, I can't remember which one, and I used Weeks Turkish Red, which is one of my favorite reds, but I just love that. And then I made some little cording. I used my 2021 Christmas fabric on the back, which I see I have a little bit of extra glue that won't while, but yeah, I just think it's really cute, and maybe I'll just hang it right here for now. There we go. Pardon me. And then, let's see. This is Little House Needleworks. My house. And, Lisa had borrowed me this chart. So I had finished one of hers like this, and she left off like the name and the bottom border. So I thought, well, if that's what she did, that's what I'm gonna do too. But I just, made a little. No, I think this actually was purchase cording. My bow is going wonky with me holding it by the loop, but I subbed out enough of the colors, but I just thought it was cute. And then I used some of, Leanne had this fabric for her Prairie Schoolers Santas, and so I have those all finished. And so I had a couple extra pieces, so I thought, oh, that'd be kind of a nice remembrance having that on the back. So I'm going to hang that one on the tree as well. Now, I hope I do have another tree I don't have up this year because I had a few problems, which maybe I'll talk about later. So it's a very tall, skinny tree, and last year I just had it in the dining room with no lights on, and it was really pretty. And but I was thinking, oh, that might be nice, like in my sewing room or in our office next year, just to have with the 3 cross-stitch ornaments I have done. No. So, yeah, I might do that. Okay. So, speaking of Leanne's Prairie Schoolers, many of you know she was bent on getting them all done, and she was going at a pretty good clip. I think she had 15 done, and then obviously when she got sick, her life was not her own anymore. And our last conversation, she said to me, and I laugh at it now, but she's like, one of the last things she said was, I really think I could have gotten them all done if I hadn't gotten sick. And I said to her, I have no doubt that you could have, especially she hadn't finished them. But she did get 2 finished and then gave me the rest. She had 2 stuffed, and she had them stuffed like I thought the seams were going to burst. I mean, it's like squeezing into pants 3 sizes too small or something. She went way overboard. So then I tried to just take some out and just take some out, and that wasn't going well. So then I had to take out all the stuffing and redo them. But she had finished 2 that she had on the tree, her Prairie Schooler tree, that she put in her foyer. And She showed them in our very last video together. And so I had, and she had in a bag, she had the 2 colors that she had used for the cording, so I knew that. And she had the red ribbon she had used on the ones that had white and green cording. So I went to the video and grabbed a screenshot, and then I just stretched it out and saved it as a screenshot on my phone, so I had a close-up of what they look like. And because I thought, well, I wanted to finish them, you know, the same way she had finished the 2 that she had gotten done. So they all were complimentary. Now, she used to always tell me, what was the quilter's phrase? Finished is better than perfect. Well, I think they're pretty good, but the only thing is there's a couple that I was running out of floss for the cording, and so I didn't have quite as much cording as I would have liked on a couple. So the loop part is not all equal, but oh well. And then she didn't have the green ribbon, but I was able to figure out that she had bought it at Joann's, and it was this green ribbon. So I did half of them in with green ribbons and white and red stripe trim as she had, and then the rest are just the opposite. But this one's really cute. And then this is the fabric that was on the back. So I can't tell you the years of these because I know she was hopping around, and just like as Anna Stitch Roadie says, finish a Santa, start a Santa. Well, that was Leanne. The deer one is cute. Here's one with a sheep. I mean, they're each really, you know, just like there isn't one that I don't like, and I do hope to stitch them. Well, I stitched 2, but I've been so busy finishing this other stuff that I'm like, But for some reason, I just felt like I needed to get these done, and to her family. This one I really like. Little patriotic guy. Looks like, I don't know, Noah's Ark. And I guess I was glad that I knew how she had finished them, because then that at least took the pressure off what to do with them, because I'm not sure that I would have finished them this way. This is still one of her chubby ones. He still feels kind of like he's a little overstuffed, but the candy cane post or staff, I don't know. And this guy is just cute with his tree in his bag. Yeah, so this feels really, really good to get these done. And here is Santa with the World, like Celestial Santa, I guess. So these are, I mean, they're beautiful, and what a memory they'll make for someone. I mean, I just, yeah, you know, it was definitely, thought about her a lot as I was doing that. I want to show you something else, because this I couldn't even work on. And Lisa, whose Instagram name I will put in the drop down, she's in our stitching group and from the video, she finished this for me, and I'm so grateful. This piece, Leanne had maybe half of it done, and it had specialty stitches, and it was on, just because of the verse, it was on display at her funeral, so it really has such significance. And the verse is, "Here my work forever stands, the labor of two busy hands." And she had stitched her initials, and it's just a, I know this isn't good. Let's see if we can go with this. That a little better. But look at that beautiful house in the border. So I'm just, I was trying to get some ideas about getting this into a fully finished item. And yeah, I have something I have to think on a little bit longer to see if I think it's going to be feasible to do that. But yeah. All right, now on to some of my finishes. I got a couple here. I showed Leanne's little, we called them the triplets. We had I don't know, I can't remember what the sale name was anymore. Basically, Harry, Henry, Jack, were their names. And I just like, let's call them the triplets, because I couldn't remember their names some of the time. And Leanne's original, I finished all together in one frame, and they're, it's only like about this big, and it was what I was going to originally use for mine, but I just wanted to get hers done and see if I could find something else. Well, I did find something else, and I think they look really cute in here. So it's this giant tag. And I just have them one by one. I'm toying with the idea. I have like some wooden snowflakes that would hang off the side and putting each of their names on, like maybe doing one left, right, left, or I can't tell which way I'm going. But yeah, so I think this will be cute. When there's a lot of spaces in a house, between two doors or something, that you just have this amount of space. So I think that it'll be really, really usable. And I don't know where I even got this, but I know I only paid like maybe $5. It was on sale, like maybe $7 for it. So, and it's done. So that's lovely. Okay. So then this is, I know the chart is called Winter Salt Boxes at Plum Street. Well, I've showed it before. So I stitched this on 28 count because I had this tray that I found, and I wanted the item to fit on the tray. And so I don't know if you can see, but the tray has these trees, like 3-dimensional trees on either side. And so I thought it'd be cute. I'm going to stand up so I can really show the stitching part. I thought it'd be cute to put something on there that had the tree motif too. And so I found the winter salt box, and I think I added like another row of well, these might be a little bit crooked and some stuff on it. Another row of trees, or I think the trees were cut off and I finished them up. But I really think this turned out really cute. And it was one of those things that I found the tray. I knew I wanted to do some stitch thing in the centerpiece. I might, I'm not sure yet, but with these handles, I thought I could always get like some sheer ribbon and tie it to each handle, and then have it go up at the center, so I could display it on a wall even. So we'll see. But that one I'm really, really happy with. And then, Scarlet House. You know how I love a Scarlet House. Jingle All the Way. Oops. And this, I'm not sure. I think I just said what fabric I used. I can't remember, but I will gladly look it up if someone's really interested. I know I use Belsois cranberry and vanilla pudding for my stitching and snowflakes, but this is my finished pillow. And I used my 2021 Christmas fabric on the back because it was perfect. And then I made some of my own cording. And this, I think I will, use this technique again. I didn't have enough of the solid DMC, and so I think I had, did I have like 3 strands of one color and 1 strand of another? But I think it just gives it like enough variegation to kind of mimic the variegation in the lettering. So I might do that on purpose again. And then originally I was going to look for some rusty bells to tie on the bottom, but I don't know. I just wanted to get this one done. And I had these cheap silver bells from Joann Fabrics, and I'm like, well, those don't look good with it. So I decided to paint them. I think I used Tomty Red Ceram Coat, and then I just sandpapered them a little bit to take some of the paint off in spots, and I antiqued them and waxed them. And then I'm like, well, I'm just going to tie them on like rustically to kind of make it all look like a, like more older primitive. And if you know me, I usually like things in 3s. So I had done the cording originally, and then I'm like, oh, it needs a little something. So I just attached this separately. And I think it really looks cute. So I'm really happy with that, how it turned out. And then my final FFO, now I was using my book before, so it's got to be here, are 3 charts from The Magic of Christmas for Cross Stitch by Veronique Andranger. And many of you have these books. And I had found this, let's see, I'm trying to see if I can find the prints of the charts. I had found this container at Joann Fabrics, like for $2 or $3. I think it was like at the end of the, even the markdown time. And so the 3 that I did were the girl with the mailbox. Here's my working chart. The girl with the mailbox, and then I did the poinsettia stamp, and then the 3rd one I did was this letter with the poinsettia. And I just love this. I can't wait to hang it up. So it was this little tin Santa letter container. And so this is the stamp, which now I realize is upside down, but that's how it's going to be. And then this little letter. And the 3rd one is the little girl mailing letter. And so it had this black and white check in the background. So I just looped the ribbon around. I put some styrofoam in the base of this. And then I put these little envelopes are actually place card holder things that I don't know where I got those. I got them a couple years ago after I got the mail tin. And I thought, well, they'd be good filler, and just, you know, some fake greenery, some berries, a little bit of snow there. But I just really, it's like, I don't know, I think it's really cute. And then these pieces, because I don't think I'll use them differently, but I didn't want the raw edges, so I just put some scrapbook paper on the back, and then I glued like a stick that you would put into, if you were making cookies on a stick. I don't know what they're called, but just like a long pointy stick. And then I could arrange that in the styrofoam to keep it pretty secure. But yeah, you know, it's funny because it all stemmed from getting this container, and I'm like, well, mail. I saw the charts that had the letter references, and I'm like, well, that'd be really cute. And, you know, originally I thought maybe I'd stitch 5, but I think this is plenty, and I'm so glad to have this done because I love it. So that was kind of an exciting finish, because this I had thought about for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. Yeah, at least 2 years. So it was good. I can't say I love stitching these charts, just because it's hard for me to read the chart itself. The symbols aren't real defined in my idea, but after a while you get used to it and it's not so bad. But I'm thrilled to have this one done. So I'll give you a little look again. And, you know, like, it just was kind of fun to find things to poke around and put in there. So let's see. So that's the end of that. I'm probably just gonna, you know, we have family get-togethers coming up, and you know, just pretty nuclear family. Just have been doing, you know, our normal Christmas traditions with the grandkids. There's a children's theater that always does a Christmas play. So it was Charlie Brown's Christmas this year. And so we took the 3 oldest to see that. And it was a windy day, so we almost got blown over going into the theater. But that was fun. And then tonight, actually, we did our trip to Candy Cane Lane, and temperature was about 35, so it was perfect for getting out of the car and walking around. Although we have no snow here, so that's kind of, you know, doesn't look quite so Christmassy, but you know, that's okay. We'll get it later, I'm sure. Water leak onto my dining room table where everything was spread all out, and luckily the main gist of it went into all the finishing fabric rather than the stitching. And the one piece that was impacted was DMC, and I had glued it, so like the mat board just disintegrated, but I could wash it until I washed it in, you know, like Dawn detergent, hot water, and you'd never know. I mean, I'm so blessed that it wasn't worse. And my November wordplay had an overdyed like red, and that was the part of it that got wet with just regular water, not sewage. But yeah, I thought for sure it was going to leave a ring, and it must have been whatever brand is pretty color fast. So the cross stitch gods were looking out for me. The ceiling gods weren't, as the ceiling ended up coming down, and I was supposed to be having my high school friends like less than a week later. And I was so grateful Thanksgiving was not at my house. But yeah, I spent quite a bit of time, like, hauling out drywall and cleaning up. We had put a new floor in, but luckily, that was not damaged. And really the water was soaked up by all the finishing fabric. I mean, some of that was ruined, unfortunately, but I can see the advantage now to using wool over wool felt because the wool felt like bled everywhere. So that was not pleasant, but yeah, it could have been a lot worse. And we were able to get someone out and it repaired and it looks like lovely. And we had just enough paint for the wall color to, where we had to re-edge it again. And we had painted not that long ago that, yeah, it worked out just fine. So other than spending, several days working on that project when I wasn't really planning on it, but after all the hardship this year, I'm like, if that's the worst of my problems, I have it good. So that's the way I'm going to look at it. So just was like kind of one of those, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And, partially couldn't get, valves were frozen. So, the water kept flowing. And, yeah, I mean, we had a new chandelier and that was, made it through fine. And, yeah, could have been a lot worse. And, I just think, well, if the ceiling hadn't come down, then you're thinking, well, is it really even dried out in there? And this way I knew it was. So, and I was amazed how many fans we have in our house. Little things you learn in a crisis. So I'm going to wrap it up. Time for bed. Go to bed. So, yeah, my December stitching fell a little short, but I feel good on the number of things of Leanne's I got wrapped up and, the finishes that I accomplished for my own things. And I am going to haul out the stocking I always consider this winter break because, this is the first year I'm not having to go back after winter break. So, that's going to be awesome. But, yeah, it's going to be a relax. Our son is coming home and, just promised the grandkids a sleepover. So we'll just have fun. And, it's each day is a gift. That's for sure. We lost my dear aunt, my mom's sister, older sister, a couple days ago, and it's like, here we go again. And a couple close friends have lost parents and in-laws, and it's just, I think my friend said she thinks it's, partially with these older people, it's hasn't been normal for them, and, really isolated and lonely. So I guess that being said, if you are able to find something, this is about the 5th time I've tried to end this and, had to cut various things. And I started trying to get philosophical, and that's not going to work, especially at this time, fastly approaching 1 a.m. But if you celebrate Christmas, have a beautiful holiday season. If you celebrate something else or nothing, I still hope it's a wonderful time of year for you, that you get lots of stitching done, spend time with people and friends that you love, and continue to fill the world with love. And we'll see you back here in, after things have calmed down, 2022. Not sure if I'll do a whip parade, or I've got a couple things on my radar that I really need to get done, and probably will put those as my top priority for the year, and maybe count up how many whips I have. I hope it's under, I know it's under 30. So that was my rule. So anyways, wishing you all the best, and please continue to fill the world with love. Bye. This one is Prairie Schooler. Is it Christmas Eve? I think so. This is the first stitch that I pinned. Someone had custom frame, like one of their ancestors' wedding photo. And it was the perfect frame for this guy. And I just have it sitting on the bench that normally would house my wordplay. So next year we'll have to do something different. And this is the tree that was behind me. And it's all just memories. I always forget to fluff out this part. So it's really not as oddly shaped as it would be. But there's the new ornament that I hung. One of them. Pardon for the sniffle. It is now early morning, and I wanted to get up and finish this up because finally I went to bed. But this one, I love this one. Special meaning to me. I was doing felt before felt was felt. This is another little one that I made years and years ago. So just lots and lots of memories. And then I just string these icicle lights over the top of my window, and I love it because from the outside you can see them, and from the inside. Oh, here's another one. These were from 1980, I believe. Let's see, how must be on this one? 1980. So on this, I just put my strawberry back from Lisa. And this is the little joy that was one of the giveaways. This is the Twin Peaks snowman hat that I did. That was last year. And Welcome St. Nicholas was something I painted years and years ago. This little Santa was originally an ornament from a trip years ago. And in my tiered tray, as you can see, my fresh greens that I just grabbed from when we cut a tree outside have seen better days already, but I have some of my vintage ornaments in there, and my new pillow from Rebecca. And then this is a Prairie Schooler, the mitten. And I don't have a lot of stitched little pillows yet, but I have my grandpa's antique pocket watch and some other really old, except for the some of the filler ornaments, and
there's even a couple that are broken in half, like you can, one of them is, and you know, once you put it down in the greens, you still can use it. And oh, I just have my cabinet, oops. And I just have my cabinet with the Little House Needleworks Winter ABCs sitting right there. And I just made a topper with some jingle bells and ribbon and a silver skate. And this guy got bumped. And he never got his greens that I was going to put in the bottom. But this is my December Prairie Schooler. And I love that one. Little fence. And then right over here on this table, I have Welcome Home that I did with as a flat fold, but without the letters. Oops, sorry. And then this is one of my favorites. It is, well, it's a Prairie Schooler, but it's that tree series. And the only tree I could find when I was doing this had a broken off tip, so that was my solution to make a little Santa hat. And then over here is my antique bookcase. And this is the new piece that I had finished this year. This Santa is one that I made in ceramics years ago. I lost one of the bells, so I did my best to fashion one out of the sculpted clay, but it kind of shrunk down a little bit, so I might have to make a second attempt to replicate that. And the Santa cookie jar, I think that was a Goodwill find. The brass candlestick, I think it was my mom's. I like the vintagey feel. The moon Santa was one that Leanne and I painted years ago in painting class. And backing up a little bit, I just have some stockings I got years ago from Kirkland's after Christmas for like less than $1 each. And I think the colors work really well in here. So I just closed them in the door and it was the easy solution to add some more color and festive look. Okay, that's better. So this is my little entryway shelf. The top shelf has 2 wooden Santas that Leanne and I painted, each painted one years ago. The one on the right we finished not that many years ago, so at least, you know, we didn't procrastinate too long. And the oil can Santa was one that Leanne did and gifted to me. And then there's a Scarlet House, one of the pillows I did, and I believe it's a Little House Needleworks ornament. Prairie Schooler Santa in pillow form. And then this little one was a Goodwill save. It was all framed, and you know, I thought, oh, it's just, you know, tiny and cute, and I could tuck that in somewhere. And then in my kitchen, when we remodeled, I had them put outlets above my cabinets, so I was able to put some greenery and ornaments and lights above, and it just is really pretty at nighttime. And then I have this glass front cabinet, and I think it'll probably be easier to see what's in here if I open these up. So it has the glass shelves, so anytime I see like these crystal trees at Goodwill, I'll pick them up because I just think they're just really pretty in there and sparkly. The resin Santa to the left was one that I painted, as well as the ball one on wheels. And then a vintage Santa candle holder. I think that came from my mother-in-law. The Santa with children in the back there was one I painted in ceramics. And the Nick in a box is actually my son Santa, given to him by his godfather, but I love it so much. Every year I say to him, I'm going to keep that for another year. But eventually I will give it up. And then this is the little gingerbread area on my kitchen counter. Some of these items were from my mom, and the little gingerbread salt and pepper shaker, and the Santa mold. Leanne and I made the gingerbread girls together, as well as the little guys in the Crocs she painted. And those cookies are like, well, they're non-edible, but if some, like your pet, which happened to me years ago, ate one, they're not toxic. But they last forever. I mean, it was a great recipe. And then on the window, I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a vintage Santa cookie cutter my mom always had on her kitchen windowsill, as well as this little quilt and these two little ornaments. And then time to wait down the microwave, but I just have these Santas in the space on top of the microwave beneath the cabinet. And good place to put them. So, oops, I can see that the topper's kind of off kilter. I have to fix that, but this is my snowman tree. And years and years of snowmen collecting. But, you know, things like the homemade, or I should say handmade ornaments my grandkids made, I love. And then this Noel was another painted Santa. And this was Teresa Koget's Season's Greetings. And then underneath the tree, I just have some various things. This snowman is one Leanne made for me, as well as felted pillow. And there's my toboggan using Brenda Gervais pattern. And then here are my shelves on either side of the fireplace. But this is the Santa side. This elephant I've shown from my childhood. One of my grandparents' friends had an elephant collection, and when we were leaving, she let us each pick out an elephant. Most were tiny little statues, but this guy spoke to me, and he is something I treasure. And then this is kind of my little vintage inspired area. And this is the garland on my fireplace mantle. Years ago, on one of the HGTV White House specials, they showed how to glitz up, or I don't even know if they showed, but they show garland, and then somewhere I saw where you can just add the ornaments. The bubble light was a later ad. It was from my husband's childhood, and we finally got replacement bubbles at work, so we have it up there so we can enjoy it all the time, but it doesn't really go with all the coppery stuff. But and then on the other side, I just it's behind the TV, so I mostly just have the top shelves. But a vintage Rudolph book, some snowmen I had painted, the guy in the blue coat was one Leanne made and gifted to me. The snowman print was a picture that belonged to my cousin who died of breast cancer at 50, and so that's special to me. The bear was in my mom's room, and we're not really sure. It probably was a bingo prize, but we would always I would always pick him up and look at him when I'd visit her, and so I raised my hand to take him home and give him a home, and I'll have him out at Christmas. And then Frosty next to him is actually a music box. If you turn his nose, you put his Frosty the Snowman.